All right, guys. I wanted to make this video maybe to help out some of you prospective buyers of the 996 C4S, or I would say any 996 for that matter. I'm out here this weekend on Shelter Island here with some friends of mine. Anyway, so I'm out here this weekend. Shelter Island has some of the, I would consider, the best driving roads on Long Island because it's an island and, very few cars make it on the island because you have to take a ferry to get onto the island. And the roads pretty much look like this, twisty, windy roads. Look at this. How beautiful is that? One of the things about Porsche ownerships is finding roads in areas where you can drive and really unleash, the power, or not just the power of the car, but just to get a spirited drive. That's what you buy a Porsche for. You buy a Porsche to enjoy, the scenery and go into the places that really bring out the spirit of the car and also the spirit of a driver, if that makes any sense. So this is the weekend house, and there's the C4S there. So main thing on the topic today is manual or Tiptronic, because I know that's a big question for a lot of prospective Porsche buyers, or maybe 996 buyers, being that Tiptronic isn't the best, but also, a lot of enthusiasts talk about manual and say that, manual is, the driver's option. So for me, to say this lightly is, I honestly at times wish I had a Tiptronic car. Before I purchased this car, I actually drove two Tiptronic C4Ss. And I can say one thing about that is that with the Tiptronic C4S, I did not feel as if I lost any, any points of now that I own a manual, that I lost any points of experiencing the drivability of the car itself and bringing out the engine. The only difference that I noticed between the Tiptronic and the manual, or the manual, is, or the difference between the Tiptronic and the manual is the manual. If you really want to bring the car alive, and when I say alive, I mean bringing out the sounds and the different the different driving dynamics within this car and what the engine is capable of. Yes, get a manual. Now, if you want to enjoy a 4S or any 996 or any Porsche, and you don't want to deal with the hassle, and when I use the word hassle, I mean at times it could feel like a hassle, because for me, living in New York State, it's just really annoying sometimes, to when you're stuck in traffic and you continuously have to keep on, shifting from first or bumper to bumper traffic. It's an absolute nightmare with a manual. At those times, I actually, start to dislike having a manual car, but a Tiptronic, and my experience from driving the Tiptronic gearbox, I could unleash the same speeds and I could unleash, the sounds that I get, but the theater the theater that goes into a manual is a whole nother world compared to a Tiptronic. A Tiptronic, when you're slowing down, it's you're in an automatic, but a manual unleashes the theater that has been designed in the engine, So Tiptronic or manual, I would say if I was given the choice before I purchased the car, or as I had, it's a tough choice, but to be honest with you, I would go for the manual because of the simple fact that, to really get what the engineers at Porsche put into this engine, can only be paired to a manual. Now, if you're not so into it, then sure, get a Tiptronic. But given the choice, if you really want to unleash what the Porsche engineers intended for this car, get a manual. Absolutely recommend it. At times I actually dislike it, but I actually love it 90% of the times or 99% of the times. And it's only that 1% that I dislike it. So that's Tiptronic versus manual. Please subscribe, share, and like. I have 18 followers, and I am absolutely happy for every single follower that I have, because you guys are giving me the will to move on. I don't even have 100 followers, but I'm quite happy with the 18 that I have, but I would love to have more. And I'm bringing more content. I have more friends with Porsches, so I'm just focusing on my C4S at the moment. But once I wrap up all my video series on this car for the people that are potentially wanting to buy one or have one, and I have some other videos coming about a few things I've noticed about the car, but I will have more Porsche content, 997 turbo content. I'm also going to a big Porsche event, DT3, Lloyd Harbor, December 6th on Long Island, where all the biggest Porsche collectors in the East Coast and around the country are going to be at, because they're going to be honoring Max Hoffman, who's the person who brought Porsche to America. So like, share, subscribe, guys. I really appreciate every single one of you. Thank you so much to the 18 people that believe in my channel. Amen. Bye.